I've mentioned it before in other videos, and this is the time I mention it again, that if you own a Can-Am Maverick trail and you are on Facebook, you need to become a member of the Can-Am Maverick Trail Facebook page. This is why. After a year's worth of anticipation and a lot of hard work by a lot of amazing people to plan this, to set this up, to plan the routes, to get this all put together, the week is finally here. So this year we are attending the 5th annual Northwest Can-Am Maverick Trail meet. This is held in Sumpter, Oregon this year. We are at the Sumpter RV Park, and we have, well, the group has filled this entire park. There's another RV park up the road. We have some people up there, people staying in Airbnbs. We kind of taken over Sumpter, Oregon this year. And like I said, this is the 5th annual. Huge thanks to Dan, the old buzzard, for getting this all together once again. 40 machines, probably, right? Close to 40 machines this year. We've been here for a couple of days, and so we've just been relaxing, but now being the night before the first ride, getting the machine ready, just trying to tidy some things up. Yeah, people are still arriving. It's getting a little later in the day. Still a few people on the road to come here. Sun is setting on our last free day, and the adventure starts tomorrow. So this is how it's going to go down. We have 4 days of riding and 4 different routes. One route each day. Everyone is going to take the same route every day, but because there are so many people, the old buzzard split us all up into 4 different groups, each group of hopefully 10 machines or less. The groups all leave about a half hour apart. I believe the first group leaves at 8, and then 8:30, 9, and 9:30, like that. So to spread us out a little bit so that we're not eating a lot of dust. Each night you sign up for the particular group that you would like to ride with, put your name on the list, and you meet 15 minutes before the ride leaves every morning to get your morning briefing, kind of safety briefing, how things are going to go, the drop method that we use to make sure everybody takes the same route, nobody gets lost, and kind of what to expect for the day. Usually takes about 15 minutes, get everyone up to speed, and then we hit the road. as with most day one rides that the old Buzzard plans for these meets, he likes to keep it fairly simple. It's a short day. It's a day that everyone has a chance to kind of get acquainted, reconnect if necessary. And some of these people are kind of new to this. They're not used to riding with a big group. So getting them used to the way that they navigate and follow the ride leader, follow instructions, follow the turns that are indicated, just basic stuff like that. It's a get acquainted with the way things are kind of a ride. Get acquainted with probably some new people. Dan likes to keep day one simple. And there's another reason. Day one is fairly short. It's about 56 miles, a loop, and it's an out and back and then kind of a different loop back. But he wants to keep day one short because we have a raffle and a dessert going on tonight, and we need to get back and get everything set up to do that. So there is an ulterior motive to the day one, but this is generally how day one rides go. Simple. We come down the other side of Marble Pass, stop and have a quick lunch, and then we kind of work our way back. Back on the Sumpter side of the mountain, we start our different loop back. This place is really pretty, I gotta say. Sumter is really an impressive place to ride. You'll see how diverse this whole place is and just foresty and lush. And what amazed us even on the drive in here is how clean the forest is. And I know that's maybe hard to understand, hard to explain, but looking at the ground below the trees, there's not a lot of dead, fallen trees. It's like apparently they had come through at some point and cleaned a lot of that dead stuff out. But I don't know, maybe you'll notice as these days go on, mostly just how clean the forest base is. It's really impressive. Another thing you're going to notice is the dust, and this will be an ongoing thing here. It was dusty. I have never ridden anywhere so dusty, and it might just be the perfect combination of conditions and everything else, but there is some of the finest, almost baby powder like dust. It's just the thinnest, lightest dust, and I know from where I live that stuff just becomes a complete nightmare when it's wet and muddy and it gets slick, but it is such a fine dust here, and it is ongoing daily, and it kind of makes the group spread out quite a bit because you have to follow quite a ways behind to stay out of the dust from the machine in front of you. But you'll see that is ongoing. It was daily, a daily dose of dust. RV park, kind of give you a little bit of a tour, show you the park a little bit. And I mentioned in the last video that showing you some of these areas and places to ride, you know, we feel like that's kind of our objective here, and our goal is to show you what some of these areas look like. But also part of that is to tell you about some really great places to stay. And I got to tell you, this Sumpter RV park is one of my favorite RV parks that I have ever stayed in. The owners are absolutely fantastic, and you can imagine when they were approached by the old buzzard and saying, hey, you know, we may just fill your park with this group of people. I mean, there had to have been a little apprehension, I'm sure. And we literally reserved this entire park. I think there was 1 or 2 spots that were not us, but we had this whole park. And the owners were so gracious and so helpful, making sure we had an area to set up where we could have our driver meetings and we could do our raffle. And it's a beautiful park, and it's shaded all day long. I'm not going to go on forever, but I'm telling you, this Sumpter RV park is fantastic. One of my favorites, for real. You know, we had a few minutes when we got back to shower and maybe grab a little dinner, a little snack or something, and we had to run down and help the old buzzard set up for the drawing. Now, we had some really, really fantastic companies, some really pretty big companies, donate a lot of prizes this year. And God bless the old buzzard. He worked his tail off contacting, just had a list of contacts that he sent out emails asking for some donations, and everybody just stepped up. We had a ton of prizes. So we just want to say thank you so much to all of the companies that donated something, even big and small, that donated something for the raffle. We all had a great time. You know, everybody each got a couple of raffle tickets. There were cups for each item. You know, you put your raffle ticket in the cup for the prize that you wanted to win, and we just went and drew them and handed them out. And we even donated a little something this year. It was kind of cool.
Door bags. There's 1 ticket for that. Oh my gosh. 1 for 4.
Yeah. All right. Grangeville strikes again. There you go.
Side mirrors.
Let me add one more thing to all this that I forgot. We tried to put an email address on every one of these, and I would encourage you to email those people and thank them very much for their participation and their donation.
Kimimoto mirror with lights. Mirrors with lights.
Thank you, Kimimoto.
130. Vanna White.
Vanna, doing a great job.
130. Fishing man.
You show a little more cleavage, though.
The old buzzard asked us if we could help him hand out all of the prizes. It was our pleasure. We appreciated the opportunity, and thank you to everyone that donated. Thank you to everyone that came. This is really just the end of day 1, but after all of the prizes were given out and all of the dessert was eaten and all of the visiting was done, the announcement was made for the time and the location of next year's Can-Am Maverick Trail. Now, next year will be the 6th annual. It's already in the works. I'm not going to let you hear it because you know where to find out the information. And again, that Can-Am Maverick Trail Facebook page, if you own a Maverick Trail, if you're on Facebook, sign up for that group. All of these things are in the events section of that group, and that's where you find out. That's really the only place you find out about things like this. Yeah, but there's more. There is more coming. This is just one day. It was a packed day. It was a big day, but there's more. And we will see you in part 2